Well, hello, folks out there in YouTube land. Got a big show lined up for you. Let's get right on into it. All right, let's pull up that screen. All right, NIO. NIO has gotten a new price target from Citigroup, and also we need to be talking about the lockdowns that we were thinking might be going away, but are they coming back? So is it a warning or an opportunity? So let's get into NIO. All right, as you can see, Citi has moved their price target from, I believe it was from 70 up to 87. It says the shares of NIO have received a price target of $87 from Citi. From Jeff Chung is maintaining a buyer rating on the shares while increasing the price target from 70 bucks. It says Chung has rolled the stock's valuation to 2023 from 22 and is remaining bullish on the medium-term outlook for China's new energy vehicle market. Says Chung expects Chinese electric vehicle makers to gain market share in 22 and 23. Plus, he expects them to outperform the intensified race in developing the best autonomous driving technology, which is super important. It's one of the reasons why you see R&D going up at such a pace for NIO, but it's very important because understand, autonomous driving is software as a service, which is highly profitable, typically 70–80% profit margin on software as a service. So you've got to spend a bunch of money on the front end of that though. And I don't think there's any question 10 years from now, everybody's going to be driven by their car if they choose to. Now, some people will always drive their car because they like it, but you won't have to because autonomous driving is going to be the way of the future. There's absolutely no question in my mind about it. And if you disagree with that, I understand. You're probably like this guy.
I'm a grumpy old man. I don't like everything the way it is now compared to the way it used to be.
Yep, you might be that guy if you don't believe in autonomous driving. Anyway, it says NIO is planning to be in at least 6 European markets by next year, and the company is taking orders for its EV SUVs in Norway, which is the first market outside of China. It says during the company's earnings call, NIO said that orders in Norway had exceeded expectations, and a quarter of the customers who tried their cars ended up actually placing an order. So that's a good high valuation there at 87 bucks. I know you're thinking, good grief, it can't go that high. It's at, what, 18 bucks right now. But if things will work out for it and we can get out of this lockdown nonsense in China, that I just don't get this. I thought we were done with it. They were pulling back on all that in Shanghai and getting ready to get back to normal like they should. I mean, every other country in the world has dealt with this newest version of the Rona, but for some reason, China can't do it. I don't get it. Doesn't make any sense. But here's what they're talking about there. It says China's Rona jitters flare up as parts of Shanghai resume lockdowns. It says Shanghai and Beijing went back on fresh alert on Thursday after parts of China's largest economic hub imposed new lockdown restrictions. The city announced a round of mass testing for millions of residents. Said they announced a shutdown of entertainment venues while news of the lockdown of Shanghai's district, home to more than 2 million people, pulled down Chinese stocks. Said both cities had recently eased the Rona curbs, but the country has stuck with a dynamic zero policy aimed at shutting down transmission chains as soon as possible. And I don't get it. Said people in China are saying, when is this ever going to end? And I can't believe it. It's like, what are you doing?
Look, you can't be serious, man. You cannot be serious!
Yep, but they are serious. Just makes absolutely no sense. What are you doing? A zero policy on something you can't stop? It's going to do what it's going to do. We had it over here. It lasted about 4 to 6 weeks. And it's always going to be around on some level. There's really no way to shut down to stop it. It's a problem that's just, it's a reality. And here you can see the deliveries, NIO's deliveries. In May, they actually had an improvement. I was expecting, because they'd had all those shutdowns, that it wasn't going to be very good, but it still wasn't great. But at least it wasn't below 5,000. But Chucky showed up, and then we had the problem with the shutdown. So it's just been nothing but trouble. And I just don't understand it. I don't get it.
Women, thank you for playing. Should we or should we not follow the advice of the galactically stupid?
Yeah, I'm not happy about it. But anyway, and here we can see the stock itself. It had gone all the way down to in the 12s, and it's run back up, got up to as close as 20 there, and now it's sitting at 18 after we had the bad inflation numbers, came in at at 8.6% inflation, which is terrible. And like I said, it's sitting around just above 18. And I said in my last video where I was talking about 5 stocks that I'm buying during this crash, that NEO below 18 is a workable number for me. If it got down in here into the 16 or 15, that'd be real nice to add some more. I don't care to do that. I feel good about this stock. I don't know if it'll get to 87 or not, but I feel good about it working its way up. Now, there are a couple issues. We do have to worry about the uplisting, even though China's saying all the right things, that they're going to cooperate and let people audit and do all that, as they should. It is no big deal to have a company audited. It's ridiculous not to. But China's being China. But if they can get past that and stop these ridiculous lockdowns, I think this stock will take off. Because like I say, they're getting ready to launch in Europe. They've got their new ET5 coming out in September, which I think is going to be a major home run. You're talking about a middle of the road, a $50,000 premium car as opposed to the $70,000 ET7 that I think is going to do great. And the rumors are that the pre-orders are really strong on it. And of course, it's going to be made out of Neo Park as opposed to their original factory. So that's yet more production. And of course, once they get into Europe and the United States, they'll be shipping those vehicles. So I feel good about it long term, but there are those risks. And here at home, we need to remember that not only because of the inflation, but consumer sentiment is way down. The Michigan chart that everybody looks at on Wall Street is down to 50.2, the lowest that it's ever been in the 50 years it's been produced. This is the lowest consumer sentiment ever. So the inflation's really got people tore up in these high gas prices. And unfortunately, I just don't see our leadership dealing with that properly. Maybe they will, maybe they won't, but they better do something about it because the American people are very unhappy.
Pain.
And this right here tells you all you need to know. All right, folks, and that's NEO today. Like I say, whether this is a warning or an opportunity, I see it as an opportunity, but that's me. It's your money. You do as you please. But I feel good about it long term. I think these things will get worked out. I hope they do. That target makes me feel a little bit better. If you like this content, be sure to hit that like button. Lets me know to continue to cover NEO. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I'd certainly appreciate it. And we'll see you next time on Mr. Frugal Investor.